Anna, please, the floor is yours.
Maybe later. Okay, I'm ecologist by my background, but I work for a non-governmental and non-profit organization. So we are from civic society, and we work in St. Petersburg, Friends of the Baltic, name of our organization. Unfortunately, we was labeled like a foreigner agent last year, and now we try to work somehow in these circumstances, but we are also part of Baltic Network Environmental Organization Coalition of Clean Baltic, and we work with our colleague around the Baltic and try to continue our project and to do this together. And this Riverwatch program, it is not only in Russia and in St. Petersburg and Leningrad region, it's also you can find this program in different other Baltic countries like Belarus, like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, I'm sorry. But I would like to share our experience in this sphere. I think it's not, I don't need microphone, it's okay without. Oh, okay.
I think if you stay in this area,
okay. But just a few words about the Baltic Sea. It is in northern part of Europe, and it's quite a unique sea because Baltic Sea has a lot of characteristic like a lake, but it's connected with Atlantic Ocean, of course, and it's part of Atlantic Oceans. But Danish Straits, which connected Baltic Sea to the North Sea and the Atlantic Ocean, they are very narrow. And in this case, this water cycle, so water refreshing cycle in the sea, quite big, about 25-30 years. And why many ecological problem became worse in this case, because water not refresh well, and not enough oxygen in the water and so on, and also a lot of pollution come from the different countries to the sea. And Baltic Sea is also quite shallow, so average depth about 55 meters only, and it's quite salinity. It's also not so high, about 10 promille. I don't know how it is in parts per million. Okay, so it looks like a sea, and when we talk with our Armenian colleagues, for example, we see a lot of common characteristic, for example, with Sivan lakes and common problems and issues as well. For example, if we talk about blooming algae, it's practically the same species in Baltic Sea and Sivan Lake. And of course, Baltic Sea is very international. It's Baltic Sea surrounded by 9 countries, and also catchment area in even bigger, about, I think it's 13 countries, and of course a lot of transportation in the sea, and a lot of people who live on the coastal area. So quite a big human pressure. But I would like also to talk about our Baltic Environmental Organization Network. So it's Coalition of Clean Baltic. We are working so we are connected 27 environmental non-government organization around the Baltic, and from the 11 countries, so it's 9 Baltic countries, and also Belarus and Ukraine, which are part of catchment area. So we work in two like working area, not for direction. It's eutrophication. It's the main problem for Baltic Sea, and biodiversity and nature conservation, also hazardous substances and marine litter, and maritime activities. And as I already said, that eutrophication is the main problem, main issue for us. And how you can see in this picture that like good environmental status only in the north part of Baltic Sea, but red zone, it's not good environmental status and even worse. So how it look like? So here you can see a picture from Gulf of Finland. It's like coastal area of St. Petersburg, and you can see this blooming of algae. So it was quite a worst case last year. And why it's happening? Because of pollution by biogenic nutrients, substances, and it caused water blooming, and also not enough oxygen in the water, and of course it caused biodiversity loss. And sources of this pollution is agriculture mostly, and also wastewater from the cities. Of course, we have this wastewater treatment facilities, but not in, for example, we have a quite good water treatment facility in St. Petersburg, but not in the small towns and cities around the St. Petersburg. And the same, unfortunately, in also other Baltic countries. And one of the activities which we try to promote, try to share with people, and we work with this topic more than 20 years. It's public monitoring of water bodies. And this is how it's work. So we try to share as much as possible information about that we have a problem, like eutrophication is quite a big problem. It's not only like Gulf of Finland and Baltic Sea become not good for swimming, for example. It also can be even poison and dangerous for people and for animals. And so we try to share this information and try to show this interconnection, how people influence to the water, and how this water influence to our life as well. And we try to say that we have a instrument, public monitoring. You can join to this activity and to be part, to do something in this situation, try to help, try to save the sea and our water bodies. So we share this information. We work with public observers, with people who want to be part of this movement and these activities. And we teach people, so we do a lot of trainings. Mostly, of course, it's teachers and students who work in this sphere, because it's connected with their studies and like school activities. But we also have active citizens who want to be part of this movement and who really care about their water bodies, and they see problems and would like to help in this. So we teach people, we share information, and we ask them to send their observation to ask, and put it and we put it on a map of public monitoring of nature water. And a map of this public monitoring work in two ways. So you can put information there and you can take this information. So you can check, for example, what is environmental status for some of your river not far from your house, for example. And if we see some cases, some pollutions or source of pollutions, for example, we do laboratory tests. So we check it in laboratory just to be sure that it's really like this. And it's help with writing appeals to different authorities body who have to control this situation and have to work with pollutants. So public observation, it's we call it Riverwatch program. It's environmental education. We do a lot of methodology work. So we have our methodology kits for people who would like to join to this work, and it's you can find information in different level. For example, if it's some chemistry teacher, you can find like more difficult methods for observation and for do some samples and research. But if you just some like active citizen, you can just take some rapid tests and do it very easily and get some very fast information and put it on the map, for example. And we do also field work, so it can be also trainings, and we also do some samples by our organization. We are quite small, about only 7% now, but we try to continue this work while it's possible. And we collect this research data, and now for the last 5 years, we have more than 90 teams of river watchers and more than 700 points on our map. So it's our map. You can find it in the internet. So it's riverwatch.ecocentrum.ru. Unfortunately, it's only in Russian now, but maybe we will translate it finally in English. But here you can see the map and you can see filters. So it's possible to add information to this map, or it's possible just to set some filters and to see, for example, we have, I just want to give some like example, very important for like general public, for people who live in some rural area, and we have some pollutions in wheels. Do you know what is wheels? I don't know how it in Armenia, but in Leningrad region, it's quite common when people drink water from wells or springs. And wells, I'm sorry. And people usually think that it's very clean and even maybe sane water from the ground, and 100% safe and pure. And but unfortunately, it is not true, because there are a lot of pollutants for groundwater as well. And we try to educate people, try to explain how it works, and it's try to explain importance, that it's very important to make these samples and make laboratory tests just to be sure that it's safe, because if it's contains some nitrogen, it can be very dangerous for people, especially if they drink this water like every day with small children and or adult people. Yes, the same with springs, because springs is also very popular for. I know that some people from St. Petersburg, even in case that we have a quite good water treatment system and quite good water quality, they prefer to go and take water from the springs, because they believe that it's like in better quality and something very good because it's come from the ground. But unfortunately, it's not true. Yes, it's some examples of our rapid tests here. So it's quite simple. So you don't need to be chemistry, like very good in chemistry to find out how it works. We have like more difficult, but usually it's quite simple. So everyone can use it, and we it's possible to take it from us. So we invite our river watchers to our office, and we share it with them. And we also try to every time to find like better express tests, and we try to compare it with laboratory tests and try to find like the best one, the most close to laboratory. And also not only I will also come back to this. So for example, we have a governmental monitoring, but for St. Petersburg and Leningrad region, it works only for 23 rivers. But we have more than 2,000 rivers. So obviously it is not enough. And we promote our river watchers like instrument which can help governmental monitoring to control quality of water in our rivers and lakes and Gulf and like part of the sea. We present this system like something which can help governmental. We don't try to be like in some opposite of our environmental institution. We try to help them because it's our like common issue to keep our water body in good environmental status. And also it's very good educational instrument, because when students or just people who live in some territory, not for example not far from some river or lakes, they become more interesting in this water body. They build new interconnection, and it's really good for conscious approach, I don't know, conscious feeling about this territory and about nature protection in this small scale. And we not only work with like Riverwatch program, we also try to promote environmental solution among farmers, tourists and tourist sites and local residents. So because we try to work with pollutants as well, not only monitoring but try to reduce pollutions. We try to promote eco-friendly facilities. It can be like dry toilets and some local water treatment facility, and also how to manage with organic waste in a rural area. So for example, now we are working on eco tour, so it will be kind of tour, and we will have a guide where you can find like good solutions for manure storage, for organic waste management, or some good water, local water treatment. And we will share this information with our media and also with like local residents and general public. It's just some examples of good solutions which we promote. So it's composter for organic waste and dry toilets. I don't know, but for us it's very, very painful point, because many people use it's not a good way for our water body. And one more topic which I would like to share, that we also work with effects of climate change of water body, and we collect different examples how it's changing, so we analyze of legislations, and we try to compare with our European colleagues how it works in European countries and in Russia and in Belarus, for example. And we try to show that climate change, it is not something far away. It's happening right now in our territory as well. And I think that in Armenia, it also can be relevant. And we also try to show good examples of increasing resilience to the climate change, and to show some adaptation measures, good adaptation measures. And I also want to say a couple of words about our current work. So now we are develop methodological materials and trainings for this years, and we will do this methodological guide for Riverwatch, for coastal watch and Brent audit, also monitoring of marine litter and microplastic, and monitoring of marine mammals. And it will be like very small guide, which you can print and go to observation. It's very, I hope it will be very convenient for teachers and for observers. And it is not only Riverwatch, like you can see, it's also coastal watch. When we talk about coastal watch, it's mostly about coastal area of the sea, but it can be also for other water bodies. And a very interesting methodic of Brent audit, when you can analyze what kind of brand polluted your area and how work with this. We work with Break Free from Plastic program, and it's, if you are interested, it's also quite interesting methodics and very interesting to involve people in this. So to kind of hunting of waste and hunting of brands. And marine litter and microplastic, it's also very interesting that you can analyze what kind of litters on your water costs, and microplastic as well. But maybe monitoring of marine mammals, it's more for marine.
Sorry.
Okay.
The microplastics, how do you monitor that?
We have a very citizen science approach for microplastic. So we also shared among our observers. So it's quite a simple methodic. You can use, I don't know how it in English. Tubes, yes, tubes. You can buy it from the stores, and with tissue. And yes, and you can just pour water. So it's quite a simple methodic. It's possible also to borrow from us this.
So the water goes to the
Yeah. With
question, is the microplastic, any microplastic, but what kind of?
But you can do concentrate, right? So this much water.
Yes.
Yes, we try, but there is, it's not verifying results.
But for example, our St. Petersburg State University, they work with this issue as well, and they use very similar methodology. And to be honest, we first start this shared methodology, and they start work, and now in more professional level maybe, but it's almost the same. It's also very interesting for citizen science, and you can come up with different projects in this sphere. And one more information which I would like to share with you, it's our Coalition of Clean Baltic educational course. So we have a free course now. It's our Common Baltic. So in this course you can know more about Baltic Sea, and also you can come up with some project how to save Baltic Sea. It's mostly for young people and for young educators. And you can join to this course. Maybe you will be interesting to continue your education in some Baltic countries, so it can be useful for you, or maybe just because you are interested in the topic. And we have a River University course. It's quite interesting, and every year we have a different topic. So it can be flooding, it can be river basin approach, and so on. So if you are interested in this river topic, it also can be very good to attend, and we we'll be very happy if you will attend our course. And Coastal University, it's more about coastal and maritime problem, not only for Baltic Sea, for other. And we try to make this course more interactive and try to share some citizen approach as well, and try to share some examples how different environmental organizations work. And of course, for last years, it's not only for Baltic region. We're also very happy when we see some new faces from new regions. So that's it.
You collaborate with other Baltic countries in this course, or
Yes, it's our network organization, Coalition of Clean Baltic, and we have 27 organizations from all Baltic countries, from 11 Baltic countries. So, for example, River University based in Poland, because and River University is offline course. Our Common Baltic is partly online and offline, so you can attend lectures online, and after that we have a camp, like ecological camp, and people come and work on the projects. And Coastal University online.
Can you show us your
Yes. It's Coalition of Clean Baltic site, and it's our Common Baltic course. Okay.
citizens find out? Is there a place where all the information is uploaded?
Yes, you can find a publication here, and there are a lot of information about different topic. And yes, it's publications, but we also have courses with lectures. But of course, it is not like university course. It's just some experts.
What about the place where you upload your data?
A place?
The map that you showed.
Yes, but it's Russian. It's Russian. I can.
Is it online or?
Yes, it's online, but I think I can go. Wait.
Based on Google Maps.
Sorry. You can maybe just copy and.
Let me share this first. Then press.
Yes, it's very interesting instrument, public monitoring map, and
It's not embedded. Omega?
No.
River?
Just Riverwatch, yeah. can just.
Yes, it's a web page, and there is a map with the filters. Yes. So it's firstly you need to register, and to get registration, and after that you press this button. Unfortunately, it's not allowed to do it. You need to be registered, and after that you can just you can see the questionnaire, and you can just put your observation there. And it's depend of your observation. You can mark all the indicators, or maybe just few, or just one. And how it looks like, I can show some points on the map. And there are different layers, like water quality and parameters, and also polluters, and good ecological solutions. You can find it, and some. And if it's not okay, if we have some bad parameters, according to the Russian law, this you can see gray pictures, or if it's okay, it will be a blue one. It's some spring.
What if you have multiple measurements from the same place?
It's possible. So, for example, here you can see +1. So it means that we have another measurements for these points. And it's good if we have several, yeah. Yeah.
But normally it shows only the last.
Yes, the last one.
And if, say, for public authorities, they want to download all the information with all the measurements, is there an easy way for them to do that, or you need to transfer the information?
Usually for our governmental institution, you need to prepare appeals. And you can just, it's not possible to just give a link to this map. You anyway need to write some letters and put data in the letter. So, but for appeals, you can also put not only this, so it's not obligatory to have this measurement. You can also work only with pictures. For example, if you have some problem, you can just make a photo or video, can download to the web page with appeals. But if you have a measurement, it's it's very good, and you can add. If you have more detailed information, you will get more detailed response from authorities. And yeah. Yeah. And why in this case we try, if we see problem, we try to do laboratory tests, like anyway, to have.
How could you reach out and be higher in you? Because it requires some effort in this to help the takes time, right? To measurements, to put in the data and so on. So what have been the incentives, or how could you show the advantages for this improvement?
Of course, we work mostly with teachers, and teachers usually are very interested in this work, and they really happy to take part in our trainings and to know more about it, and it's very good activities for the students. But for example, during our field work, field trips, we have a meeting in some small villages, and we ask some person from this village that we will come for example, on Monday at 2 p.m. And you can come and you can bring your water from your wells, yeah, or springs, and you can check it. And while we will check this water, we will educate people and say how it's important and how they can participate and how it's work. And where they can find information and so on and so on. And some people, yeah, they are interested in this. They start to be interested in this work. And we work with this. We very for a long time, we want to gather people to river council, river public council, public river council, okay. To gather people to be engaged in this water management process. And sometimes it works, sometimes not. You need to push people to be together sometimes, but if they have some real problem which they understand and can see, they want to do something together, and it's become easy. In our project, we every time talk about this public council of river, because it's really good instrument. It's really like civic work, civic engagement.
And that's